repair filling on the pressure cycle. The eliminator performs most of the repair steps automatically. To achieve a more thorough understanding of these steps and their purpose, it's helpful to read your operator's manual. If you want to speed up the repair process, flexing the glass will help. Grab the injector and firmly press down and hold downward pressure for 5 to 10 seconds. This technique works during both vacuum and pressure cycles. Also notice that by flexing cracks with your probe, you can see resin filling the cracks. To perform other repairs, such as stars or bullseyes, simply press the appropriate key and the eliminator selects the correct sequence of vacuum and pressure. Also, using the Pulse program can help dislodge any trapped air. This should be used at the end of a repair program if the repair is extremely difficult. If you want to use the manual mode, simply press Cancel. Then after your display says Select Program, select either vacuum or pressure. Again, consult your manual for details of manual mode operation. The display says Finished when the repair is filled with resin and no air pockets exist. Disconnect your air line by pressing down on the slide portion of the coupling. Remove the filter and loosen the injector. Now loosen the 2 adjusting screws on your bridge and remove it by getting your finger under the suction cup and letting air into it. Do not yank the bridge off. Take a paper towel and remove any excess resin, being careful not to smear the suction cup lube over the repair area. Now reach in and take your mirror off by pinching the suction cup. Cut a 1-inch piece of pit tape. Using your diamond clear pit filler, place a drop or 2 right above the drilled hole, and as the pit filler runs into the hole, lay the tape over it. Put the glossy side of the tape against the glass. The cracks you see will completely disappear once the resin is fully cured. Take out your UV lamp and plug it in. Using a little suction cup lube on the lamp's feet, place the lamp directly over the repaired area and turn it on by depressing the red button for 2 seconds. Let it cure for about 3 minutes. Now we're ready to remove the lamp. Remove it by rocking it to the side, not pulling it straight off. Gently lift off a corner of the pit tape and peel it off. Then take a safety razor blade and scrape off the excess resin around the pit area, being careful not to scrape over the actual pit area. It is important to leave about a 1/4 inch square excess around the actual pit. Now hold the razor blade perpendicular to the glass and shave the remaining hardened resin off with a back and forth motion until it seems flush with the windshield. Next, take out your polishing wheel and insert it into your drill. Plug your drill in and place a few drops of pit polish right over the repair area. Hold your wheel flat against the glass and polish for 5 to 10 seconds. Leave the polish on the area and using a paper towel and your index finger, rub it vigorously for 10 seconds or until the pit is clear. Remove the polish and clean the windshield. The pit area should be clear and glossy. Now we're going to do a break with a long crack. First, you want to drill the end of the crack. Drill your hole just beyond the end of the crack, about 1/16 of an inch. Drill all the way to the vinyl, but take your time, being careful not to apply too much pressure. Watch closely, and you can see when the drill enters the vinyl. Our drilling is now finished, but you will want to take your probe and flex the glass until the crack runs into the hole. Take a piece of black electrical tape and cover the stone-damaged area so no UV rays can enter. Next, go inside the vehicle and place a crack jack about 1 inch away from the drilled hole. Then one every 3 inches down the length of the crack. Additional crack jacks for long crack repair can be obtained from Glass Technology. Tighten the crack jack until the rubber button touches the glass directly over the crack. Then tighten the crack jack several turns. Now cut a piece of pit tape the length of the crack. Introduce the diamond clear crack resin at the drill hole and notice if it begins to flow into the crack. If the resin doesn't flow freely, you may have to adjust the position or tightness of your crack jack. As the resin begins to flow into the crack, make sure you stay behind that flow with your resin bottle. If you don't, you will trap air pockets in the crack. Now take your tape and begin to lay it down behind you. Just keep adding resin as the flow will allow and lay the tape down behind. Notice how the specially designed low viscosity diamond clear crack resin easily moves up the crack. Be careful not to rest your hand on the glass, as this might flex the crack and let air in. Be patient. The crack is now filled, and we're ready to cure the resin. If you're doing this outside, just let the sunlight cure the crack. If you're inside, as we are, you must use the UV curing lamp. You have to hold the lamp close to the glass, but don't attach the lamp to the glass, as this would flex it and allow air into the crack. Cure the crack in 3-inch sections for 2 to 3 minutes for each section. Additional UV lamps and special long crack lamps are available from Glass Technology. Let's withdraw the lamp now, as it appears we're done. Peel your pit tape off and start to scrape off the hardened resin over the crack. It is not necessary to polish the crack as with a stone break. Notice that the crack is undetectable. Remove the crack jacks. Once the crack is repaired, fill the drill holes at each end with pit filler and cure. Then proceed with repairing the stone-damaged area in the regular manner. One word of caution: if a crack is contaminated with dirt, it will not clear up as well as a clean crack. Refer to your training manual for ways to evaluate and test for dirt in a crack. Now we're going to briefly review some of the helpful hints we've already discussed. First, there's flexing of glass. This can help both to remove trapped air and also help the resin to penetrate tighter cracks. Using the blunt end of your carbide probe, press right on top of the cracks as they come out from underneath the injector. Apply and maintain a constant pressure on the crack until the resin flows